Alright, Cartux. Let's see. Kind of want to talk about like a hard science topic today. Just can't think of a good one. I kind of feel like, we've beaten aliens to death. Fermi paradox, transhumanism, beaten it to death. So, genetic manipulation. Let's talk about that. Honestly, don't really think genetic manipulation is going to be very useful for many things. I think we've probably already got a lot of the value out of genetic manipulation that we can get. The only future value I really see to it is modifying organisms for like other planets, So you'd make like a grass that grows better on Mars, and that would help with like a colonization effort, stabilize biosphere, stuff like that. And also like in healthcare, I think there's a little bit of room for. You have to. You should probably have an understanding of genetics when dealing with issues like cancer, because cancer is a genetics issue. That a cancerous cell has a bad genome. So yeah, but one of the less practical, but I think a very cool thing is being able to bring back extinct species with genetics manipulation. And I briefly talked about this, but it's basically how you bring back the dinosaurs, assuming you're not using an omniscience machine. Well, you're using like a proto-omniscience machine. So the way it would work is you would have a database, you have like an advanced AI or something. You have like a database full of gene information, and more importantly, you'd be able to figure out, if you arrange a genome sequence like this, you get this type of result. That's what you need. And then you would need to know, like, roughly what would a dinosaur genome look like, So you'd probably take, evidence from, birds and, other close ancestors, as close as you can get. Then you would use the machine to kind of figure out, okay, if you have one add like a dorsal fin, how do we do that, and then you look at like the DNA of like a dolphin, or dolphins, I don't like dolphins, yeah, like a dolphin. Yeah, and so you would look at all that information, and then that would tell you what you wanted to know. And then I want to be clear, you're not making a dinosaur, you're making a dinosaur-like animal. So, as I like to say, close enough. I think we could do some really cool things with that. Obviously, a ton of work needs to be done, both in just mapping genomes to figure out what gene does what, and also in AGI, or maybe not even AGI. You could probably do it without AGI. It would be easier to do it with AGI. Might just be too much intellectual work to do without AGI. I don't know. But besides that, don't see too many more uses. If there's a way to modify the genetics of a living person, which there is, you can do that safely and efficiently. I think there's like a market for, obviously healthcare, and then there's Tesla. But like some cosmetic things, and you could help people have like better breathing, stuff like that. I mean, a lot of their structure would already kind of be locked, I think. But slowly over time, you could give them treatments, have them go and change them, make them look different. I don't know if it'd ever be like commercially viable though. Or here's the problem: like even if it's like commercially viable, it may just become like a thing that the market never ends up doing because artificial general intelligence might make us go to more. We might nationalize some industries if we get yeah, I don't know how it's going to work out yet. I hope it works out well. I worry about something like Google getting it, making decisions. So yeah, that's where that's where I see genetics kind of going. We'll need to tailor life to live on other planets, I think. At least for like the early phases of. I mean, like I read like a report that they grew potatoes in Martian-like conditions, like including a low-pressure atmosphere, which sounds insane, But I guess if they did it, And so, if we could do, we can make more stuff, be able to, survive in low-pressure atmospheres and work with less light, populate quickly. Could seriously help out with colonizing Mars. I think the problem with Mars, is first off, the soil is not good for farming. Then there's no atmosphere, and all the water is frozen. It's cold. So you wouldn't expect a potato or any other plant to really survive there, but I think realistically you could do it though. I've always kind of thought, in order for like a species to do well, it kind of needs to have a homeostatic environment, but it doesn't need its entire environment to be homeostatic. So, think of like a rhino. The horn of a rhino isn't part of the homeostatic environment. That is the interior of the rhino where all the cells are and do stuff. So you can make plants that have like big exterior shells that are have great thermal properties and atmospheric properties, and then have all the reactions you need to take place inside of the plant or inside of the shell. I think that's completely realistic goal. I don't know, maybe it's like 30 or 40 years out, You'd have to modify the skin to get really thick or something, reduce entry, slur metabolism, and also plants tend to die when it's cold, but you can create plants that can do very well in very cold environments. One thing I look forward to is seeing life forms that don't have a water-based blood system, but they use a different molecule for their blood, and they're organelles inside. And so you have a medium of water inside most cells, but the problem is that water is you need the water because things can move through the water easily. And also, some of the water is important for things like cellular respiration. But the problem is the water, it freezes and expands, and it's subject to it has a very low temperature tolerance. Versus if you take a more complex molecule, you can make a complex molecule like some sort of oil or sugar have a very high temperature tolerance range. So you can go down to negative 100 or positive 200 degrees Celsius or something, and the molecule would still be, it wouldn't freeze or expand. It'd still be like a liquid. And you could even store energy in it. And so, if you have a blood system like that, you have a much higher temperature tolerance. There's some other things you need to do, you need to make sure the initial energy required to start a reaction is appropriate. But if you do that, you can create creatures that can survive in harsh environments easily. The tardigrade is an example of this. It has a glycol blood thing. Not sure what the proper word for it is yet. That's exciting. I think that's like one of the coolest things, personally. Yeah. This place looks a lot different when you're driving in the afternoon versus the morning. Yeah, so glycolysis. No, that's not glycolysis. Glycolysis is something else. I'm trying to remember what it is. Definitely something to do with sugar. I think it's a bad thing. Yeah, might be. I don't know. Technology a while ago. Yeah. So you don't really see much, you know, of a business in genetics besides what's already there. I don't see like a lot of room for potential growth. You know. I could be wrong about this, but I mean. Like, I think the only area for growth from a business mindset in genetics right now is in the healthcare industry. I think if you could get really good at manipulating genetics, you could do some really nice things for people. And not just like manipulating their genetics, but like manipulating the genetics of like a bacteria to serve like a symbiotic function for people. Because you know, humans have a lot of symbiotic bacteria that live inside of them. Help with things like digesting. And so you know, if you can make some bacteria that are more efficient and do some things that other people struggle with, you know, like a bacteria that you know just eats up sugar, excess fat, or something, you know. Converts it away into energy, and you know, it'd be like a Weight Watcher bacteria. I don't know, that might be a bad idea. That might be a lot more like swallowing a tapeworm. I think you could probably swallow a tapeworm. I think it would get digested, you know. I think they have to enter through a different part, but I don't know. There are some things that if you swallow them, they will kill you. Most things you swallow will die inside of you if they are already dead. Yeah, the interior of the human's a pretty dangerous place. Like, more dangerous than even most animals, actually. Maybe I shouldn't say that. They have like a more efficient metabolism than a lot of animals. That's good, computer science. I was gonna do the homework, but it was taking a while, so I just played Minecraft. I didn't really know why I play Minecraft. Just I don't know. I wish I had someone to hang out with. A girlfriend. It's sad. You know, hard pill to swallow, you know. I'm joking at it. I don't think I've ever actually swallowed a pill in my life. I've tried. It's just my body can't do it. Doesn't like to do it. Pills are for druggies. I ain't gonna get a what's it called? I wish pills were more like Tic Tacs. I just like they're not like Tic Tacs because they have to dissolve inside your stomach, so they can like release their stuff over time or at a certain point, you know, or make it to your stomach at least. But I wish they were more like Tic Tacs. There are Tic Tac UFOs. We should probably cover that sometime. Weird story.